If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The NFL world is buzzing like never before, as whispers and unofficial reports have begun circulating about a seismic shift in the league. A move that could redefine the entire AFC landscape, according to sources close to team executives. The Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals are reportedly finalizing a blockbuster trade involving none other than Joe Burrow, the star quarterback who has become synonymous with Cincinnati's recent offensive resurgence. Fans across the nation are holding their breath, imagining the possibilities that this deal could unleash. The dynamics of offenses reshaped, rivalries rewritten, and the cascading effects on draft strategies and salary cap maneuvers. Burrow, who carved his reputation with precise throws, relentless work ethic, and a cool-headed approach under pressure, has been at the epicenter of the Bengals' plans for years, guiding them to playoff appearances and a Super Bowl run that cemented his status as one of the league's premier talents. The news, still technically unofficial, has nonetheless sparked fervent discussion online, with sports analysts, former players, and fan communities dissecting every possible angle, speculating about coaching philosophies, locker room chemistry, and the immediate impact on both franchises' postseason prospects, creating a narrative that is part rumor, part inevitability, and entirely electrifying. The idea of Joe Burrow wearing the Browns uniform has sent shockwaves through fan bases, with social media platforms exploding into threads of speculation, excitement, and, predictably, a little bit of panic. Cleveland, a team known for its passionate and sometimes restless fan base, seems to be preparing for a transformative chapter in its history, one where the quarterback position, long a point of contention, might finally be anchored by a talent capable of turning potential into sustained success. Meanwhile, Cincinnati fans are experiencing a mix of disbelief and anxiety, knowing that the player who has led them through thrilling comebacks, playoff runs, and moments of sheer brilliance could soon be steering a different ship. The trade talks, reportedly intensive and confidential, have involved front office strategists, player representatives, and league officials, all navigating the delicate dance of contracts, performance clauses, and potential draft compensations if executed. The move would not only reshape team rosters, but also force coaches, analysts, and fantasy football enthusiasts to reconsider strategies and expectations. The mere rumor has already influenced betting lines, social media trends, and locker room conversations, suggesting that even before official confirmation, the NFL universe is adjusting to the idea that a new quarterback era may be dawning in Cleveland. Sources suggest that negotiations have been intricate, weaving through layers of conditional draft picks, player assessments, and salary cap considerations, all while maintaining utmost secrecy. The Browns, with a hunger for a franchise quarterback capable of delivering consistent playoff success, reportedly see Burrow as a perfect fit to complement their evolving roster and unlock the team's offensive potential. Analysts point to Burrow's trajectory, from his formative years at Ohio State to his transfer to LSU, where he honed his skills, culminating in a stellar college career, and finally his rise in the NFL, as evidence that his leadership and precision passing could catalyze a winning culture in Cleveland. On the other side, the Bengals front office may view this trade as a strategic pivot, potentially allowing them to acquire multiple draft assets to accelerate a rebuild, or to balance long-term salary cap flexibility. While still remaining competitive, the ripple effect of such a move could redefine rivalries, alter divisional dynamics, and impact the balance of power within the AFC North, transforming a single trade into a story of league-wide consequences that fans and commentators will be dissecting for months to come. Rumors hint that this potential trade is the result of months of quiet evaluation, where both teams analyze performance metrics, injury histories, and strategic alignments to determine the best path forward. Insiders whisper that Burrow himself may have played a subtle role, expressing openness to new challenges and ambitions to lead a team with an established infrastructure capable of immediate contention. The timing of the rumor, coming in the midst of off-season maneuvering, only adds fuel to speculation, as it suggests both urgency and a calculated opportunity to shift momentum before training camps begin. Conversations among coaches reportedly revolve around offensive schemes, personnel fits, and the integration of Burrow's skill set with Cleveland's existing weapons, imagining how his arm talent, decision-making, and leadership could transform drives, red zone efficiency, and overall team confidence. Meanwhile, Cincinnati strategists must weigh not only the immediate talent loss but also the potential gains from acquiring high-value draft picks, younger talent, or strategic cap space. The narrative is unfolding in real time, with fans dissecting every cryptic tweet, media leak, and analyst hint, collectively building a sense of suspense, anticipation, and electric possibility that feels almost cinematic in scope. As if the NFL landscape is poised for a dramatic act yet to be officially confirmed. The implications extend far beyond the two teams, reaching into playoff projections, fantasy football rankings, and national discussions about quarterback legacies and team-building philosophies. Burrow's move, if confirmed, could instantly make the Browns a contender in the AFC. With an offense capable of executing high-pressure plays and sustaining drives against elite defenses, commentators are already theorizing about potential divisional clashes with the Steelers and Ravens, imagining how a Burrow-led Browns offense could challenge historical narratives and disrupt long-standing rivalries. Meanwhile, the Bengals may face a rebuilding period, forced to identify a new leader under center, which could trigger a chain reaction in free agency and draft strategy, as well as in fan engagement and market confidence. The rumor itself has been amplified by viral social media discussions, insider leaks, and speculative articles, creating a feedback loop where speculation drives conversation, which in turn lends credibility to the possibility of a deal. Even before any official announcement, the sheer intensity of debate highlights how singularly influential Joe Burrow has become in shaping narratives and expectations across the NFL, making this potential trade one of the most talked about topics in modern football history. Observers note that the rumor's timing, coinciding with contract negotiations, strategic planning, and off-season evaluations, adds layers of intrigue and plausibility. The Browns front office, reportedly energized by recent off-season acquisitions and a desire to cement long-term stability at quarterback, seems willing to pursue a high-risk, high-reward scenario that could instantly alter their trajectory. Meanwhile, Bengals executives, while reluctant to part with a cornerstone of their franchise, may recognize the potential benefits of diversifying assets, increasing roster flexibility, and recalibrating their approach to player development. The mere suggestion of Burrow in Cleveland jerseys has fans envisioning game-day atmospheres transformed, ticket sales surging, and merchandise flying off the shelves, all while rival teams prepare counter-strategies to compete with what would be a dramatically upgraded offense. Analysts debate every potential detail, from offensive line support to receiving corps adjustments, imagining how each small shift could amplify or mitigate the trade's impact. In essence, the rumor has ignited an entire ecosystem of speculation, projection, and narrative construction, setting the stage for a story that will dominate headlines, podcasts, and YouTube commentary feeds for weeks as anticipation builds toward what may become one of the defining trades of the decade. The reaction from fans, both in Cincinnati and Cleveland, has been immediate and intense, with forums, social media channels, and fan groups erupting into discussions that blend hope, anxiety, and pure excitement. The idea of a superstar quarterback switching conferences, or even just teams within the same division, creates a tension that is both thrilling and nerve-wracking, as supporters try to imagine the next season unfolding with a completely new dynamic. Memes, mock jerseys, and fantasy football projections flood the internet, each contributing to the growing sensation that this is more than a simple trade rumor. It's a cultural moment for the NFL, one that encapsulates passion, speculation, and the power of a single player's impact on a franchise. Even casual fans are now engaged, drawn in by the magnitude of the potential transaction, while insiders cautiously provide context, reminding everyone that until the trade is officially announced, the story exists in the realm of possibility, rumor, and collective imagination. The sheer scale of discussion, analysis, and excitement underscores the idea that Joe Burrow's potential move to Cleveland is not just a sports story, it's an unfolding phenomenon that highlights how one athlete can dominate headlines, fan emotions, and the strategic landscape of professional football. The NFL rumor mill shows no signs of slowing down as the potential trade involving Joe Burrow continues to dominate conversations, with insiders suggesting that the deal is closer to reality than many initially thought. Sources claim that negotiations between the Browns and Bengals have intensified in recent weeks, with each side carefully navigating financial considerations, draft pick exchanges, and player evaluations. The strategic complexity of the trade is reportedly staggering. involving multiple layers of contingency clauses, performance incentives, and cap management strategies that could influence the trajectory of both franchises for years to come. Fans are captivated by the idea of Burrow transitioning from Cincinnati to Cleveland, imagining how his precise arm, remarkable football IQ, and leadership skills could inject new energy into a Browns offense that has struggled with consistency in recent seasons. Meanwhile, Bengals supporters are weighing the potential benefits of acquiring high-value draft capital against the emotional and competitive cost of losing their franchise quarterback, creating a tension that echoes through locker rooms, social media discussions, and sports talk shows. Even casual observers are caught up in the drama, fascinated by the narrative arc of one quarterback, potentially reshaping the franchise's simultaneous lie, highlighting the high-stakes chess match that is NFL management in the modern era. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. The speculation surrounding Joe Burrow's move to Cleveland has ignited heated debates among analysts, former players, and fans who dissect every angle imaginable, from offensive scheme compatibility to leadership dynamics. Observers argue that Burrow's presence could transform the Browns' identity, creating an offense capable of controlling the tempo of games, executing high-pressure drives, and sustaining consistency in the red zone, which has long been a challenge. Reports indicate that coaching staff discussions are ongoing, analyzing every nuance of Burrow's strengths, such as pocket awareness, decision-making under duress, and deep ball accuracy, while considering how to integrate him into an existing roster featuring talented, yet underutilized skill position players. Conversely, Bengals management is said to be exploring multiple contingency plans, ranging from potential quarterback replacements to strategic draft maneuvering aimed at maintaining long-term competitiveness. The rumor has also sparked intense interest in media circles, generating articles, podcasts, and viral social media threads that amplify every leak, speculation, and insider insight. As a result, the narrative has grown beyond a simple trade story into a multifaceted discussion about strategy, leadership, and the fragile balance of power within one of the NFL's most competitive divisions. Insiders hint that the Browns are prepared to make bold moves beyond simply acquiring Burrow, with discussions reportedly encompassing targeted free agent signings and adjustments to offensive line personnel to maximize his effectiveness. Analysts speculate that Cleveland's offensive philosophy could shift dramatically, prioritizing quick reads, vertical threats, and high-efficiency passing schemes designed to leverage Burrow's elite skill set. The potential trade has also catalyzed conversations about divisional matchups, as the AFC North could witness a dramatic reshuffling of power, particularly if Burrow's leadership accelerates Cleveland's progress while the Bengals face an adjustment period. Meanwhile, Cincinnati fans grapple with the emotional complexity of losing a beloved player who has become the face of their franchise, sparking debates about loyalty, franchise philosophy, and long-term vision. The rumor's tentacles extend into fantasy football projections, merchandise speculation, and even betting markets. As the mere possibility of the trade alters expectations for the upcoming season, social media reactions oscillate between elation, outrage, and incredulity, illustrating the powerful emotional impact of a single player's movement, reinforcing the notion that Joe Burrow's potential shift to Cleveland represents more than a tactical transaction. It is a moment of cultural significance within the sport. Rumors continue to swirl about the specific terms of the deal, with multiple sources hinting at conditional draft picks, potential roster swaps, and performance-based incentives that could make the trade one of the most complex in recent memory. The Browns, in particular, are reportedly positioning themselves to create an immediate championship-caliber team, with Burrow as the central figure, while maintaining flexibility to adapt to injuries, performance fluctuations, and future contract negotiations. Conversations among NFL insiders suggest that the Bengals may leverage the trade to accelerate a rebuild or strategically acquire talent that aligns with a long-term vision, demonstrating that the impact of a single quarterback can ripple across multiple seasons. Fans on both sides of the speculation spectrum have become intensely engaged, creating viral content, memes, and debates that feed the rumor machine and amplify its perceived likelihood. Analysts emphasize that even the smallest details, such as offensive line adjustments, receiver chemistry, and coaching strategy, could influence the success of the trade, illustrating the multidimensional complexity of the transaction. In this context, The story of Burrow to Cleveland is not merely a rumor. It is a narrative shaping the collective imagination of the NFL world, blending anticipation, strategy, and fan emotion into a single, compelling saga. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!